Yo, what's happening?
Kons Podcast.
It's Kons motherfucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Back with another little vlog. Hit y'all with this recent update. So Adam 22, I was talking to y'all on the last vlog. You feel me? About him and his wife Lena the plug, you know, I had how she recently did another scene, black dude and shit, you know what I mean, and porn shit, you know what I'm saying? It was the first time her working outside of him and all that. Talked about that on the last shit. So he just had her on his podcast, talked all about it and shit. Shit was cool. First of all, it was like, you feel me, when they first met each other, you know what I'm saying, it was like in a threesome type shit, you know what I mean? Partying and shit, had a whole threesome with another dude. And this one he barely knew her, he said, you know what I mean? Yeah, and they was just talking all about it, you know. Also said she was like in pain and shit afterwards and shit. He said he wanted to smash more so afterwards. Like, I don't know. She said she was in pain and shit and it was hurting for a minute for a few times. This is after her going back to Adam after doing the scene with a dude named Jason, this other porn star, this other black dude. You know what I mean? She also was saying revenue. Both of them was talking about how much money that shit is finna bring in. That shit finna bring in. Mind you, her fan base ain't never seen her another person outside of Adam 22, you know what I mean? So that shit definitely finna bring in M's for probably both of them, definitely for her for sure. It's only on OnlyFans, you know what I mean? I don't think it's going, you know, if they do good on the copyright shit, you know, they not leaking out, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, the more private internet based website shit they keep it on, the more money they gonna make about the shit. Then they called the nigga on Zoom. That shit was like, I guess, surprise to her. They called on Zoom and shit. They brought him on the podcast and shit, set up the call and shit, had him on there. So they talking to him, asked how was it and all this shit. You know what I mean? He asked him what was on the rating scale, and he like, she was a 9. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He was just like, yeah, you know, it was business, you know what I'm saying? It's my job, you know what I'm saying? I go in, do my thing, you know, whoop, you know what I mean? And then after they hung up and shit, you know what I'm saying? And then Adam started tinting that, talking about, you feel me, maybe the three of them should do a threesome and shit, man. And then so he hung up, and then after he hung up, you know what I mean, she was talking about how awkward it was and shit for him and shit. She was not really feeling it. It was like awkward as fuck for her to be on, hear him say, you know what I mean, yeah, going to do my thing, shit, you know what I mean? She was just like, it was weird. Shit, I don't think she knew that, you feel me, old boy was going to be coming on the call and shit, and they was going to be talking to him and shit all on the thing. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, she was talking about how awkward it was and how weird it was and shit, and how weird she felt during the scene, and like she felt like, you know, it was a degree of cheating and all this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then he gave her a 9. Yeah, he said she was a 9 out of 10 and shit. He said he ain't never came across a 10, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, but then shit was cool. Then they ended it, you know, a bunch of I love yous and shit, you know what I'm saying? And talked about how a nigga probably turned on by seeing her, you know what I'm saying, fuck another dude, and I don't know. Then it was like, oh, you a kook, you know, the kook hole type shit. Kook holes, people who like to, you know what I'm saying, watch they significant other fuck another person, you know what I mean? So it was like, oh, you're not that, you know, more of a swinger type vibe. I don't know. Just, it was weird to kind of watch, but it was, I understand, you know, they content creators, you know what I mean? So they doing shit for the people, like, you know what I'm saying? People wanted to see this shit after all of the whole big deal with him, with her doing this other scene. Everybody wanted to know how he felt and all this and that. No, she said he was cracking little jokes around the house and shit, saying that she cheated on him and shit. Little shit like that. You know, it was a cool little insight on, you know what I mean, if you wanted to know about it or whatnot. That shit cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. I just watched that shit this morning. I said I was gonna talk about it, so, you know, but yeah, it was cool though. Cool little insight. They ended with a bunch of I love yous and shit, and they really love each other and all this and that. You know, happy motherfucking story and all this and that type shit, you feel me? But yeah, though, just wanted to touch on that. Kons Podcast, you feel me? Get your subscribe on, you know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, comment, share, you feel me? Make sure you share this shit across your Facebook, Messenger, you know what I mean? All these motherfucking, if you in chat, share this shit everywhere, Twitter, feel me? All that. Yeah, all that shit.